talk about Liverpool, Man United, because that is the big one for the weekend. Now, even when United were trying to find their feet under Eric Ten Hag, they did it against Liverpool. They managed to get Jadon Sancho to do a few things before he took a dive down the deep end. Now he's back again, scored a few goals. Looks like his confidence is gradually coming back. You have the statistics there in front of you between Liverpool and Man United. So very interesting numbers to chew on heading into this particular game. There you have it. A game I'm very sure a lot of people will not be looking at form, but United look like they are impregnable. They look like nothing perturbs them now. I was observing Man United commentary on my social media feed against West Ham in the FA Cup, and a lot of them seem to believe that there's no panic in the team. Even when they go down, they're like, yeah, it's Ten Hag at the wheel.
We've been there before.
We'll get that equalizer. It's Ten Hag at the wheel.
His in-game management has been brilliant. Yes. But looking at these numbers, I want to point something out. And I always say this whenever I talk about Liverpool. Just let's pretend that the Bournemouth game didn't happen.
Okay.
That's a goal difference of 3. Mm-hmm. That Bournemouth game is really propping up some of these data points for Liverpool. It just shows you how bad this season has been for them.
Yeah, just solid points there. But Lubo, a quick one. I mean, Liverpool, patchy form, probably one of their worst runs of form in a long time.
They've considered in about 4 games.
Yeah, they've kept a couple of clean sheets actually.
But don't be deceived.
You think that's a facade? You think that it could all come undone against United?
It will.
I'm just saying that's the value of a goalkeeper.
Look at the teams they come against: Everton, Wolves, Chelsea, Crystal Palace.
But then Wolves beat them 3-0.
These teams don't even know how to score goals.
But then
Chelsea, we just discard. They don't know how to score goals.
I'm just saying
Wolves beat them 3-0. I mean, that's incentive to not come and lose again.
And then 2-2 in the cup as well. Yeah. Remember, they should have won that game if the VAR didn't mess up.
But in the league, if you look at it, okay, it's something good to work with. Judging on how bad Liverpool have been, 4 clean sheets in your last 4 games, and I think 3 wins or so in there. You'd be happy to go there. But everybody knows that from the highs of last season and what we are seeing this season. Yeah. And I'm one of the people who started indicating that in as much as Liverpool were winning games last season,
Liverpool, if we're being honest, Liverpool were bad from the final stretch of last season entering into the new campaign. That's true.
But they had that aura about them. Just like, let's say, United have now, where even in games where they are 1 down and there's 20 minutes to go, you just know that they'll find their way.
Somewhere.
You look at Villarreal in the Champions League. Liverpool go the first 20 minutes, they are down 2-0. They come back to win 3 or 4 goals. So it was there. But then even if you look at the finals that Liverpool got to, 3 of them, 2 of them, they won on penalties.
They actually didn't score in any final they played last season.
So then the wheels started coming off from that point. And I think Klopp made a huge mistake by not revamping or reinforcing this midfield. Journalists put it to him. He said,
the team is fine, we'll not buy again.
And you had 2 of those players are the most injury-prone players I have ever seen, in Chamberlain and Naby Keita. Naby Keita has spent more time with the medics than he has spent on the pitch.
Thiago is also injury-prone too.
Exactly. So you have 3 of them. And you are saying that you were okay. So for me...
That's 3 new players to come in if you are a serious team.
Exactly. So then it means that James Milner is going to get more minutes, and nobody wants to see that. So for me, these games can be a bit tricky. Sometimes when it comes to these big games, the form guide goes out the window, and it's just the whole atmosphere, the aura, and the history and everything that it comes with.
Who manages the occasion better?
Exactly. And it's an Anfield. That Anfield crowd in itself can add so much to a dying team. And for me, I feel like that is what would help Liverpool if they are supposed to get anything from this game. If Liverpool should come out of this game with a draw, I think it's a huge achievement. Because
that is how much the standards have dropped just in 1 season.
Yes, and United will come for blood. If you look at last season, Liverpool beat United on aggregate, I think 9-0. I don't think they have forgotten that. They will be in to make a statement, especially when they are in form. Marcus Rashford doesn't seem to know how to miss nowadays. And with how porous this Liverpool midfield is, and with how open their defenses, and the kind of goals that Liverpool is conceding, should Manchester United find 2 or 3 opportunities into their final third, I would not be surprised if they score.
Liverpool they don't know how to defend. They look like they have no confidence on defense.
70 to 80% of the games in which Liverpool have conceded first, they have not won this season. So should United take the lead, it means Liverpool are not winning.
From the end of last season, they were conceding first a lot, but the comebacks were happening.
And that's
this season, the comebacks And I think the first 7 games of this season, if I remember correctly, they conceded first in each
I think
of them.
7 or so. In 7 or so, I think outside the
all those
Bournemouth
were in the
game.
first half too.
And in majority of those games, Liverpool didn't win. Fulham just to start with, and some other games. So it looks like if you go to Anfield, especially, yes, Liverpool still have a good record at Anfield. They are not losing much there. But should you get the first goal, it looks like you are coming out with at minimum a draw. And for me, this midfield, I don't know who is going to start, but whichever combination is going to start, based on the players that are fit.
Yeah.
United have a better midfield as it is now, because Casemiro is in there, and
he's in the form of his life.
For me, I feel like
Fabinho is in the worst form of his career.
Yes,
This is the actual
of it because I have.
I remember you've been complaining.
I've been complaining about people. Liverpool was winning, so people are like, you are hitting. I mean, it's ridiculous to look at it because 2 or 3 seasons ago he was one of the best.
He was literally the best in his position.
Yeah, and people are even rating him higher than Kante. But now you look at him and he's always chasing shadows. He's always leads to anything that props up. On the other side, if you look at Casemiro, once he smells danger, he's already there and he has rectified it. Yeah. So I don't know what combination of midfield is going to play. Whether he's going to go for the Brexit kind of midfield with Elliott, Henderson.
It's a Brexit kind of midfield. I can't believe that.
Or he's going to go for. I honestly don't know. And the other part of it is that at least at a point in time during this 4 or 5 years, the defense was not that solid, but Liverpool were scoring. So if you even get 1 or 2 goals, Liverpool will outscore you. Now you're not scoring as much. You're not defending well. And your midfield is non-existent because they don't have enough in them to effectively press, seeing that you do not want to change how you want to play. And there's one thing that I was looking at and I'm like, okay, your weakest link in your defense is Alexander-Arnold. And a lot of teams are targeting that side. Why are you playing Van Dijk on the other side of your centre-back pairing? If he's your best central defender, why don't you put him where people are targeting so that he'll be able to at least plug that hole? Because we know Robertson to a large extent can handle himself on the other side. So whoever else you put there, that's a safer bet. And I don't also know why Klopp just is so stubborn that he's not going to change his ways. Why don't you? Because you know you're conceding so much, you're not scoring as much. Why don't you play a bit more compact? Try to make it a bit more difficult for teams to penetrate you. But he's not going to stop.
I agree with you that he's being stubborn, but I feel like the team is just
you have 2 minutes to make a point and we'll go for the debate.
The team is just set up to play a high line, high press. That's how the team is set up. But the fact, no, I understand you. The team is just a small point. The team is set up to play that way.
Yeah.
And the high press is not working, which is why we are seeing what we are seeing. But I can't blame Klopp because you've gone into a preseason, you've set your team up a certain way, you bought players to play a certain way. And when it starts not working, it can be very difficult to adjust. So
I start having injuries to major players.
I have some sympathy there, but I do agree that he needed to be more adaptable. There needed to be a plan B. There needed to be some thought that, okay, this might not work. How will we deal with it? And that's where he's failed.
Just 60 seconds. Where would this be won or lost? Both teams.
Definitely the midfield. And it's all about Liverpool's press. If Liverpool can play the press, we know them capable of playing. That high press, that suffocating
the first 20
press.
minutes against Madrid.
Exactly. If they can suffocate the game like we know the Liverpool to do, I believe they have a very good chance because I still believe there's still some weaknesses in this Man Utd team. I still think they are, and I think because their squad is a bit thin, if you overwhelm them with energy, you can get away with it.
Especially the number of games they
exactly.
played over
But if the press doesn't work, it's going to be a very easy game for Man Utd.